Good evening, CFTA! I'm the boring voice that has to tell you, the in-house announcement, so we keep the stage clear for the hostess. Thank you all for being here tonight. If you want some alcohol, some pizza, or some non-alcoholic beverages, you can find them at the bar. At the end of the evening, if you would like to keep a copy of your video, we're not questioning your reasons, but you can buy it at $15 from the bar. It's shot with 5 cameras. It's super advanced. It's like there are TV stations from the US coming here just to see how we're doing it. Like it's that, and you're getting it for $15. So that's a manicure or pedicure. I don't know, whatever you're into. Again, no judgment. With that, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome your hostess with a big round of applause, the fabulous Phoebe Taylor!
So little down here. Hello, CFTA. Hello, all of you beautiful people. Everyone looks so good tonight. Hello, beautiful. Yes, stunning. Thank you all for yes-anding me on my fancy prompt. This was inspired by the poster. The poster spit out fancy. I do find it concerning that if the representative for our community is fancy, is the lady with pink hair and a tooth gem. You guys, I think we can do better than that. Hi, I'm Phoebe, if we haven't met before. I went to the doctors the other day. Shout out doctors. I went to the real doctors. Verified doctors, the doctors with vaccines. It's weird you have to clarify that these days, yeah. And the worst thing happened to me at the doctor's office, though. The worst thing that can happen to a 31-year-old lady when she goes to the doctor's. Now, I know I do kind of, as a woman with bangs, a white lady with bangs, kind of give essential oil. Yeah. But the worst thing happened to me when I went to the doctor's, the worst thing that can happen to a 31-year-old lady. My blood test results came back fine. B12 was a little low. Vegan. Bangs. Yeah. My MRI results came back clear. Yeah, that's good. But when my doctor walked in, she looked me in the eyes and I realized she was much younger than me. Yeah, and that's like the worst thing that can happen to you because you live your whole life, doctors, authority figures, people that are older than you, people that went to school for much longer than you. Yeah, much older. And then one day they walk in with age-appropriate acne. And so I tell my doctor what's going on. I got like these migraines. These migraines just don't go away. And my doctor asked me this one question. And as a woman at the doctor's office, that when this doctor asks you this one clarifying question, you are about to experience care. Yes. She says to me, "When was your last period?" The tradition of medicine, if you will. Yes. And it's like, girl, you're new to tampons. I'm a seasoned Diva Cup user. That's like me going to the Olympics with my 8 years of can skate. Now, for the confused men in the room, I'm now going to demonstrate why that is a skill-based difference issue, right? Because tampons, applicators, kid shit, yeah. Diva Cups require you to have a double-jointed elbow you don't know you're in possession of until you are, guys, I'm in a dress tonight. You're in the splash zone, everyone. Woo! In possession of a double-jointed elbow you don't know that you have. I know I derailed everyone with the concept of my crotch. I'm sorry. It is that good. Yes. We have a long night ahead of us, everyone. Let's keep it together early. It's early in the night still. My leg's still up here, Captain Morgan style. You don't know you're in possession of until you're Pooh Bear style pantless in a public bathroom. Yes. And it's just you and your iron pincer grip on a bit of molded silicone going, "This is what will defeat the billionaires." That's what's going to bring down the jet fuel emissions, right? Me and Bezos. But I spend a lot of time with the doctors. My doctor is a nice lady, ex-social worker, so she makes a lot of eye contact. Yeah. But doesn't give you the prescription that you want when you go in. I don't really appreciate this kind of approach to medical, what do they call it? Bedside manner, because it's too intimate. You know, I really don't need to be spread eagle in small talk. Because like here, yeah, I also rewatched The Sopranos during lockdown. Some of James Gandolfini's greatest work. It's too much, you know? I don't need to make eye contact with somebody after an experience like that. I much prefer somebody who was kind of too much for the military, so they became a doctor instead. Yeah. Or somebody who maybe has the training of an auto body mechanic. Yeah. I always fuck that line up because I'm not the person in my house that takes my car to the shop, and so I say auto body mechanic like it's the 1950s still. Car mechanic, that's what I've been told they're called. Because, like, you know, somebody who might just go like, all right, let's look under the hood. That works for me. That's much better. You know, cleaner, faster. I spend a lot of time with the doctors. I do find it kind of hard to go to the doctors as a woman, because you have to put on like a little bit of a performance. Like, oh, doctor, you know my body so much better than I do. I didn't Google my symptoms before I came in. You don't have to talk me into getting a vaccine later. Yes, I'm okay with that. But men don't go to the doctors, and I kind of don't get this. There is this statistic about men, that men who are partnered with women live longer, and that's just because somebody's there to remind them to go get that mole checked out. Yeah. We don't have time for me to get into the statistics with women partnered with men. Very dark. That's a TED Talk for another time. But I don't really understand why men don't go to the doctors, because it's like, you could use your privilege for good, you know? And I don't know if men know that there is a room with somebody who like wants to listen to them talk, right? Think of how many less podcasts we would have if more men just went to the doctor's office, right? Right? But I think kind of like I understand like why people kind of have turned to essential oils a little bit, because like going to the doctors is tough, it's hard. And I already told you I like vaccines. It's good, but like maybe a little bit of essential oil sometimes, you know? And I think that's kind of our problem with medicine, like, or even like the wellness girlies. Like if the wellness girlies kind of got like a little bit more traditional about it, like trying to explain like Victorian medicine to a wellness girly, like, oh my God, have you guys heard of bloodlet maxing? Glad you guys like that. I do kind of feel like if we got like I said, a little bit more traditional with it, like, doctor, give it to us straight. Well, she needs to go down to the sea and convalesce for 6 months with Saoirse Ronan. No fans of lesbian historical fiction in the house? Okay, fine. Or like, could you imagine explaining raw milk to a medieval peasant? Like, what is this pasteurization you speak of? I only know of the biles and Christ. Yes. Okay, this is new stuff at the end here, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. But like, I do kind of feel like I said, I understand why people turn to essential oils a little bit. Because like, as a white lady, being problematic is like our whole thing. You know, it's kind of like Gollum in the Ring. Like, ivermectin. Did you know that SPF is actually cancer causing? Ooh, interesting. But I don't like to give doctors too much of a hard time, though. I don't mind actually giving doctors a hard time. It's nurses. I don't like to give nurses a hard time. And that is because I was bullied by the girls' volleyball team in high school, who later went on to become nurses. Yes. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. We have a wonderful night ahead of us. Thank you. We have a couple of rules. I don't think anyone's new here. We all know you got 5-minute sets. We'll go to popcorn I'll get to the end. When we get there, we'll deal with the popcorn sets later. Light at 4. If I give you your light at 4 minutes, it actually means 1 minute left. I know some men like to think they can go so much longer. within 1 minute. No, you have 1 minute left at the light. And I am dyslexic, so if I say your name wrong, it means I don't respect you. Okay, thank you so much. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to organize the mic stand. This is the other thing. Mic stand, you guys, a demo for the mic stand. Cord through the holder. Okay, I don't see him, but our first act for the night, where did he go? The world's most handsome man up on stage for you tonight, Tay Powell. Night's off to a good start. Tay, are you 5 feet right now?
Yes, the most handsome and shortest man. I actually feel like that might have been sarcasm. So you guys.
my God, I'm so impressed. I forgot a couple of housekeeping things. We are doing fist bumps tonight. I think that's good to let everybody know because I found out that our next guest, next comic on the lineup, he doesn't wash his hands when he leaves the bathroom. So please welcome to the stage, Joey Bomb!
Racism. An important editorial by Joey Bomb. You guys ever notice there's a lot of racism in prison? Which is odd, because when I'm being gang raped by an actual gang, the last thing I care about is the color of the banger, turning my asshole into mush. Thank you. How to Spot a Secret Pervert. An editorial by Joey Bomb. He's a high school volleyball coach, but he's never played this sport. He's a Girl Scout leader, and he doesn't have any kids. He loves to vacation in Thailand. Thank you. The President of the United States, Donald John Trump. An editorial by Joey Bomb. Man, fuck that guy. Thank you. Animal Rights. An editorial by Joey Bomb. You guys ever notice I can kill an animal, I can eat an animal, but I can't fuck an animal? It's weird, right? I can do a daily poultry genocide, but fuck one chicken, and you're a chicken fucker for life. Just seems wrong. Thank you. What is worse than a white teenage boy rapping? An editorial by Joey Bomb. What is worse than a white teenage boy rapping? Nothing. Thank you. My advice to young comedians. An editorial by Joey Bomb. Fellas, let's face it. Gals love a funny guy. So after a particularly good set, you might find yourself going home with a woman who's way out of your league. My advice for you is take the win. Enjoy yourself. Let your freak flag fly. But under no circumstances, never, ever, ever do you ask her, hey, aside from me, what other comedians do you find funny? Spoiler alert, it's not George Carlin. Whatever name she gives will kill your erection faster than a baby in a blender. I don't know. Anyways. I hate myself. I disgust myself. I want to kill myself. An editorial by Joey Baum. I have a mutant superpower. It's memory. No, You've heard of a photographic memory. I have an autographic memory. I remember everything I've ever heard, and it's constantly running in my head, and it's not good. I was watching an episode of the canceled show Ted. It's about a bear who comes to life, and he was doing an audition for high school, and he was singing the 1985 theme song for the Gummy Bears. And I was thinking, you know, Seth MacFarlane, the guy who writes it, he must have studied, looked it up on the internet, practiced, but it's always running in my head. Dashing and daring, courageous and caring, friendly and faithful, with stories to tell. All through the forest, they sing out in chorus, marching along as their song fills the air. Gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. A high intention that's beyond compare. They are the gummy bears. They are the gummy bears. In my head, all the fucking time, for 40 years. Thank you. And thank you, Hamilton. Good night.
Thank you, Joey, for that editorial. Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Thank you, blue-haired carrot top. I learned so much. I really appreciate Joey's editorial on spotting a pervert, because as a woman, I wouldn't know. Your next comic tonight, not a pervert, very nice man, hosts a lot of beautiful shows here. Please welcome to the stage, Tomo!
Thank you for clarifying that. It helps. So before I start, I wanted to dedicate my set tonight to my grandfather, who fought in Pearl Harbor. So if I bomb, I know it's hereditary. I like doing random acts of kindness, so today I held the door open for this lady, but she ended up going through a different door. So I sat in that porta potty thinking, what's her problem? I was at the library, and there was a man shouting into his phone, yelling at his mom, like telling her, I'm not your therapist. Stop treating me like I'm your psychologist. Get off my back. And he just kept getting louder and louder. And finally, I went up to him. I said, excuse me, sir, you mind teaching me how to do that? You seem to know how to set boundaries. I was at a job interview, and the interviewer asked me, have you ever been in a confrontation with a coworker? I said, no, but what makes you think that I have? Didn't get the job. I'm a runner, and I was jogging today outside with these new breathable pants, and they were so light and airy, it's almost as if they weren't there. And then I realized I forgot to put them on. Embarrassing. I am training hard though, because soon my friends and I will do a half marathon. Yeah, yeah. Where we watched just the first 5 Star Wars movies. It's gonna be a long night. I do like exercise, though. I joined a new yoga studio, hoping to make new friends, but they were not nice to me. You know, everyone just gave me the dirty looks, and I am never going back to prenatal yoga Hamilton. So ladies in the house, sex with me is like ramen. I can be ready in just 3 minutes. Thank you for laughing at that. I was on a date, and the date asked me if I knew what my attachment style was. I said I prefer PDFs and JPEGs. I don't do online dating, but I do go up to random women and show them pictures of my joystick. I wasn't too sure about that one. So yeah, it's hard being single in your 40s. So ladies, if you're ever in the Hamilton area, I can be ready in just 3 minutes. More time. Okay, I wanted to try these jokes. So yeah, this year I did something pretty big. I actually quit smoking. Thank you, for reals. I still have like small relapses, but here's the thing. I smoked for 25 years every single day, and the worst was I was a competitive swimmer, right? And when I swam, like, you know, I mostly did backstroke, but it wasn't because I was good at it. It was the only stroke that you can do with a cigarette hanging from your mouth. Years ago, I attempted to join like a smoking cessation clinic at CAMH, but they told me that to join the clinic, you have to smoke at least 10 cigarettes a day. But on my intake form, I wrote down 3 or 4 a day, so they said you can't join. So I got really upset by that. I went outside and I just chain smoked, one after another. And then after I got to the 10th cigarette, I went back inside, and this time they let me in. Real story. Well, thank you very much, you guys. Yeah, thank you.
True story. When I saw Tomo today, I said he looked lovely, and he apologized for not dressing up fancier, but did congratulate himself for getting dressed to come here. So I think we're all better for that tonight. Thank you, Tomo. Really good effort. Your next comment, one of my favorite gals, one of the most supportive finger pointers I've ever met in my life. Please welcome to the stage, Angela Purius.
Hey everybody, how's it going? How's it going? Yes, my name is Angela Purius, and I have a deep voice for a lady, which turns out it's not ideal, everybody. It's not ideal. Like, trust me, it's not sexy showing up on a date with a really attractive man and your voice is much deeper than his. I'll like go to introduce myself, like, hey, how's it going? And I can't tell if they're scared or turned on. It's confusing for me. But don't, like, my date's like, no, your voice, it's cool. You sound like the Wayans brothers. Like, oh, perfect. Yeah, nothing gets me laid faster than being compared to multiple men. It's good for me. I don't think that girls with high voices realize how lucky they are. Like, in my opinion, if you're a female with like a high feminine voice, you're just like automatically hot, you know? Like, when a girl with a high voice talks to a guy, they're like, it's so effortless. Like, they're like, oh, hi! Oh, oh, how are you? Oh, I'm so small. I need to be held. Oh, you protect me. Oh, you're so... I see, I can't even fucking do the voice. Like, that hurt. That hurt. I am turned on, though. Like, I get the hype. I do, I get it. I'm trying to see this deep voice that I have as like a good thing though, you know? Like, for example, when a guy that I like hears my voice, they won't even ask me for a blowjob. They'll just be like, hey, can you sing me Crash Test Dummies songs until I fall asleep? Which I'm pretty sure is just code for, can you tuck me in, Dad? But I'll commit though, I'll be like, you got it, sport. Once there was this kid who got into an accident and couldn't come to school, and my date just passes out. Yeah. It's like a little sexy magic trick. But then I'm like, yo, wait, can you go down on me now? I upheld my weird end of the bargain. That was weird. I joined Hinge, the dating site. And I keep telling myself that I only joined Hinge for the plot. Like, I just joined it for the plot. Yeah. But it turns out the plot has dick. Bonus! Bonus! As I'm getting to know new people on the app, I have to keep reminding myself, like actively reminding myself that they're not me. You know, like that they're different than me, that we come from different walks of life. Like, for example, a guy messaged me and he's like, hey, I'm so happy that we matched. I just got back into Toronto. I was in Dubai. And I'm like, you were in Dubai? Wow, we have so much in common. Oh, how was my weekend? Oh, I went swimming at the community pool and I got slapped by a toddler. How was Dubai? Oh, my weekend. Oh, I accidentally put my sandwich down on a wet spot on the counter and I just wiped it on my pants and I ate it still. How was Dubai? Wow, you're on a yacht in Dubai? Cool, I ate moisture. I'm clearly an amazing catch because I can eat countertop liquid and not die. Are you attracted to me? My fucking memoir is gonna be called How Was Dubai? So dating is hard, you know. Dating is a little tricky. Not that I care. Not that I care. But like I feel like everyone's almost perfect. Like they're so close to being the one, and then they like just missed the mark, you know? Like I was dating a tattoo artist, and he was like smoking hot. He was smoking hot. And then he's also a really gifted artist. He was like super talented. And then I got to his apartment, and he was like fucking obsessed with Winnie the Pooh. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was like, check, what the fuck is this? Just Winnie the Pooh shit everywhere. He had actual Winnie the Pooh fetish. And I'm like, do I fucking look like Winnie the Pooh to this guy? I thought he was into the Wayans brothers. Like, no, that, you know what, it made sense after a minute when I thought about it, because that's how we met. He pulled a jar of honey off my head. Do you guys like the alphabet? I love the alphabet. The letter G is so hot. You know, the letter G, it's so attractive. It like starts as a circle, and then it like stops. And it does like a cool line thing. Like that is so fucking hot. A is pretty dope too. It's just the first letter taking control like that, like daddy's home. R, I don't like R. I feel like R would be mean to me. You know? What letter of the alphabet do you find sexually attractive? A. A? Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's hot. Like, the things I would do to A. What letter of the alphabet do you find sexually attractive?
J.
J? Fucking weirdo. Anyways, my name is Angela Pirius.
Angela, I don't know. I might be onto something. Were you maybe stuck in your friend's window with your butt hanging out by chance when you ran into that man? That's like a Pooh Bear deep cut. No one else got that? Okay. Your next comic is guys, how many are there of you? Or ever expanding? 1/5, 1/6 of the Milton Comedy Collective. Please welcome to the stage, Dante.
CFTA, make some noise. Shut up. My name is Dante, or as my friends call me, The Weekend if he never made it. That's what this guy says. I was gone for a while. I was in LA for a month, and it was really dope. LA is like kind of like the future. They have like these delivery robots all over the place, right? But when they're on a delivery, there's like a screen that has the name of the robot. And as I was walking, I saw one and it said, Ramesh is on a delivery. And I said, oh my God, they're taking the robots' jobs. What's crazy is they missed like a great opportunity. I don't know why they called it Ramesh when it could have been called Jag Beep. What, am I lit already? Come on, dude. The jokes weren't that bad. I was left over from Joey. That's hilarious. One of the cool things about being in LA was seeing like the cholos out there, you know, because we don't really have cholos in Canada, but like the cholos are like really sick. I was in one of the comedy clubs and I was in the green rooms, and it was like a complete like cholo show, so like everyone was choloed out, right? And and like so I'm chilling in the green room, and then there's one cholo in the green room, and then like another cholo like walks in, you know? And you know how like the cholos have like that plaid shirt that they rock, right? So they walk in, and then both cholos realize that they're wearing the same, you know, shirt. And then they're like, yo, Holmes, one of us is gonna have to change, dog. And then it's like, it's not gonna be me. This is my favorite shirt, Holmes. And he's like, mine too, Holmes. All right, scrap that one. You guys wouldn't know. You guys didn't go to LA like I did. While I was there, you know, I was in LA and I had no money, right? And I was crashing on this one dude's couch. And then for some odd reason, he's like, yo, I heard you do video editing. I have some tapes. Would you mind editing it for me? I just need to blur out my face. Trauma dump. What else? You know, as most of you know, I produce podcasts, and I've started working on this podcast for disability awareness, right? And it's really dope. Sick. On this podcast, there's 3 hosts, right? One host is completely blind, and then the second host has a crazy stutter, and then their third host, he's like paralyzed. He's in like an electric wheelchair. I don't know why I did that. He's in a... He actually can't use his arms. He's in like one of those things. Anyways. So we're like 7, 8 episodes in, and then in the middle of one of the recordings, the blind guy's like, Dante, I didn't know you're black. And I'm like, that's fucked up. You're blind. Everything you see is black. And you know there's nothing more fucked up than going out for drinks with the guy that stutters. And then, you know, you find out that he's an attempted racist. You know, you give him a few shots, a few drinks, all of a sudden it's no. Just the other day we were recording, and one of the guys asked, can you Google what's the highest someone has fallen out of a plane and survived? So I Googled it. Turns out some Serbian lady in the 70s fell out of a plane 33,333 feet from the air, hit the ground, boom, and survived. Crazy, right? In the article, it said injury sustained, broken face, fractured ribs, missing teeth. Next line, recovery. She was able to walk again in 10 months. Damn, right? And then we all just looked at the guy in the wheelchair. I was like, man, all you did was dove into a pool. All right, that's been my time, guys. Thank you.
I always learn so much when Dante's on stage. My mother is, she's mostly blind stuff, whatever. We don't have time to get into it, guys. That's another TED Talk for another day. My mother's mostly blind, but she lost her vision to a stroke semi-recently, and so she can't drive anymore, obviously. They don't let blind people drive, thank God. But reacts to things still in life sometimes. So we were in the car the other day and she was sitting next to me and she goes, "Oh my God, Phoebe, there's a truck." And I was like, "Girl, I've seen that thing for the last half an hour while we're sitting in traffic." Everything's shocking to her. It's kind of beautiful. Anyway, your next comic has a show this Sunday at Vagabond Saints. One of my favorite shows. I highly recommend you check it out. Please welcome to the stage, Gabby Watts.
Yeah. Let's keep it going for Phoebe. Yes, hello. I am Gabby Watts. And I want you guys to know I'm not a bitch to the core. I just have a really, really thick bitch crust. You gotta kind of bite through to get to the gooey center. I don't know if you guys heard recently about this thing called the Rape Academy. You guys hear about that? It's like a website where guys were like learning how to rape their girlfriends and wives. Which is obviously terrible. I mean, awful. But I wasn't really disappointed to hear like guys were rapists. I kind of gathered that. But I was disappointed that they needed an academy. Like, you guys didn't know about rape before. You had to go like learn it, and with an intensive course. I just feel like there's too many things. You can be a rapist, but you can't be dumb. I don't know. I thought it would have come naturally to you guys. Anyway, Canada doesn't have very good self-defense laws. I don't know if you guys know this. If you live in the States, you can like pretty much shoot someone if they're on your property. They have like castle doctrine, stand your ground. But here in Canada, we have the legal right to basically like do the same violence back to them. But I've always wondered if someone's about to kill you, if you're like, you have to wait for them to kill you first. Then you like kill them back. Like, fuck, this is not gonna work. The other day I was having sex with my husband and he came on my stomach, as people do, and well, not all of the, I don't know. Just him. I mean, you've heard of it, is what I'm saying. So, yeah, I was so excited about this, I said, "You did it, homie." And he was confused, and I meant like, buddy, like we did it, buddy. But I don't like for him to think of me as like a nag wife, like Marge Simpson. I didn't want him to think I was calling him Homer Simpson, that's not very flattering, so I said, "But not Simpson," to him. So we decided that I no longer speak during or after sex. And it's going way better, yeah. I realized the other day, like apropos of nothing, that I feel like men must have invented confetti cannons. It's like a big explosion, and we're so happy. And then we have to clean it all up, It's probably the woman that's going to clean it up. I don't think women invented confetti cannons, you guys. So I was having sex the other day, and it had been a few days since we'd done it, so I don't know if you guys know about how the manosphere, everything's getting maxed, like looks maxing, everything's maxing. So my husband was talking about how I guess men now like to wait to have sex, so they have, it's called load maxing, where you have like a way bigger load than normal, and I guess you feel good, I don't know. But it made me think about how sometimes you hear a lady sing a song, and you're like, I feel like a man wrote that. Because it made me think about Whitney Houston singing, I've been saving all my love for you. I don't think women have to save anything. We can do it whenever, it's fine. Like, I've been saving all my love for you. So I Googled it, and it was written by a man, yeah. I was right. Yeah, gross, right? I made poor Whitney sing that. I was also thinking that girls just want to have fun always sounded a bit suspicious. I was like, I've never met a girl that just wanted to have fun. We're working, we're paying our bills, trying to clean the toilet. Then I thought, you know who just wants to have fun is dudes. Dudes want to have fun. And yes, that is also written by a guy. There's even like the original version that's like just like a rock band saying girls just want to have fun. So yeah, I guess they're blaming the girls because they're like the slutty dudes, I don't know. And then I was thinking about the song, it's a song by a band called Heart. This is like a little older because we're old out here, but there's a song where she says, how do I get you alone? Do you guys know that song? Anyway. I've never met a lady that said that to a dude. How do I get him alone? But it just really sounds like a dude at a party who just like really wants to show you this one bedroom. That's really interesting. That was also written by a man, yes. How do I get you alone? I recently found out that possibly my friend who is blind maybe has a crush on me, I'm not sure. He keeps saying, I love you, Gabby, so there are some signs. But then I thought, you know, who's feeding him intel? Like, he can't see me. There must be a guy in his ear who's just like, hey, Gabby's hot. So I need like some counter activity, like a double agent to be like, actually, Gabby sucks. Stop having a crush on her. But I talk on stage about how I'm haunted by my big butt. And I tried to explain, but anyway, my blind friend thought that I meant like a good big butt. And I was like, no, like in a bad way, like a lumpy bad one. But then I realized I could never prove that to him because if I let him touch it, I feel like the more he touches it, the more he's gonna like it. So I could never explain to my blind friend that I don't have a good butt. Anyway, I'm Gabby Watts, thank you.
Shout out to lumpy butts. Shout out to lumpy butts. Can a woman look a little chopped these days, you know? Shout out to load maxing too, you know? I don't really understand baby showers because like I don't really understand what we're celebrating. Because like all we're really celebrating is you laying there, you know, ultimately. Right? Snaps for that. Because what requires more agility and athletic feats than pulling out? Am I right, ladies? Anyway, your next comic, I hope this is sufficient for you to come up on stage with. Please welcome to the stage our Pitta.
Hello? Are you having fun? Okay. I have a nice house in Milton, but I live on Instagram. Have been living for so long. Every breath I take, I have to watch one reel. And the good news is that as a result of my extensive scrolling, my thumb has now grown six-pack abs. So before Instagram, I needed three things to survive: food, water, shelter. Now there's a fourth thing I need: content. But specifically useless and pointless content. I'll give you an example. Like yesterday I watched this reel that explained why our poop organ is so close to our sex organ. Like, apparently Mother Nature just went open concept. So she put the sewage pipe right next to our, let's keep it clean, call it entertainment room. And she put the sprinkler system inside our entertainment room. And I was like, what do I do with this information? It's such a waste of time. I watched it 4 times. Yeah, Have you guys noticed how different our Instagram lives are from our real life? Because in our real life, you wake up, you get on 401, and you stay there and age. Sorry, like every time I talk about 401, I get stuck, even if I just talking about it. But not on Instagram. On Instagram, everyone is growing, evolving, healing, manifesting, journaling, ice bathing, meditating, detoxing, resetting, aligning, recharging. Very different lives. So, in fact, I see posts from people I know. I see posts like, grateful for the journey. I'm like, what journey? I know you. You go to work on weekdays and to Costco on weekends. So, I don't know. By the way, like, I think I'm a much better person thanks to Instagram. I have this whole new set of knowledge. I mean, I know about seed oils, I know how to control my cortisol level, I know about zone 2 cardio, I have all this information. I'm like the most capable person who has done the least with most information. But if you think about that, with all this knowledge, am I going to do anything? No. But could I do anything? Absolutely. I have the potential. See, that's the magic of Instagram. It creates potential, but you don't have to actualize it. Like you have to see the audacity of my ambition because I click the save button for the reels that are of self-improvement. If you see my Instagram saved library, you'll see like mobility routine after 40, morning routine, get the abs in 14 days. How to sleep better, all of that. And I don't do anything with that, but I look at them every now and then and feel like, wow, look at all the lives I'm not living. And that was my time, everybody. Thank you very much.
Again, I learned so much. As a white lady, Instagram does feel like my domain, right? My people. Terrifying. We're just going to keep it rolling, guys, tonight. Please welcome to the stage, I don't know where he went, Black Zeus. Where somewhere, there he is.
DEI up in this bitch. Don't let me fly a plane, I'll crash it, I'm black. Oh, shit. Who laughed at that? Get the fuck out right now, you son of a bitch. We can fly planes! This is my set, just making white people feel bad. What did you do to my people, bro?
I did shit, bro.
Fuck you, I know you did something. I'm just gonna try new shit and get the fuck out of here. Make sure I run the light. I'm pretty sure I pulled a faux pas, something you're not supposed to do. I fucked a white woman last Black History Month. No! Fucking Darth Vader up in this bitch. I'm pretty sure I just got excommunicadoed. That was fucking trippy. I'm like, yo, is the acid kicking in? Ah! Flashbacks. Yeah, I'm trying not to sleep with white women. I'm working on my mental health. I think that's like stage 10 for black men. Fucking, can you stop fucking white women? Then you're not really mentally clean, are you, you son of a bitch? It's tough, you know what I mean? I love fucking black women, but they, I wear Vans. They don't really fuck me back. I feel like when most black women see me in these shoes, this is what, he was a skater boy, she said see you later, boy. That's what they see, and then they just stay away. I realized I needed a break from white women when I was sleeping with the last one before Black History Month. It went like 3 years. I feel like they should do AA for black people. It was like, my name is Black Zeus, and I just fucking, what's the thing when you drink again? Relapse. Alcoholics. You guys are alcoholics, man. Yeah, I'm a junkie. She threw it at me, bro. She said, wait till you see what this mouth do. I had to see what the mouth do. It's not fair. During February, this bitch. I was weak. But yeah, before her, I was sleeping with this white woman. And this is how I know y'all are insane. First of all, you like to get beat up, like straight up. You gotta beat white women up in the bed. Look at that laugh. I'm telling you, you fucking watch WWE in the 90s? Approach the bedroom like that. If you smell, and that's how you eat them out, like that. And then she's like, yeah, fucking choke me, daddy. It's like, now I'm the Undertaker. And you fucking do a swanton dive on her, and then she fucking comes, and wow. That's white women. I figured it out, yo. I went through the gamut, bro. I collected the Infinity Stones. Asian women, it's fucking sensual. You gotta yell at that pussy to get it wet. Ah! Yeah, papi! Ah! Fucking, who else, man? Black women, amazing. Like rare Pokemon for me with the Vans, you know? But every time you get to dive in, it's like, oh my God, it just takes your problems away. It fucking smells like cocoa butter and shit. Like, you ever do a tab of acid? That's like falling into black pussy right there. You know? Asian women got the best pussy though, you know? Straight up, legit. And I couldn't figure it out until finally I was sleeping with this Chinese girl. I'm like, why is your pussy so good? And she's like, it's MSG, Zeus. Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Dee boo beep boo. Some new jokes that I want to tell. I did the white thing and the other white thing. And I got more white stuff, so don't you hear me. Fucking. I'm in my 30s and I forged my mom's signature today, so that's fucking sick, bro. I started skateboarding again recently and I'm forging my mom's signature. Benjamin Button me up in this bitch. I'm doing all the young cool shit. No, it's so stupid. The world is so dumb. You actually have to forge your parents' signature to get a package that's yours anyways. Fucking Canada Post lady. I'm just gonna go to my car lady and pretend like I went to my mom's house, sign the thing, walk back into the store. This is, by the way, don't air this. Just walk back into the store like this. Yes, good thing my mom's just across. Anyways, here's the paper I just showed you 30 seconds ago. Give me my shit! Super annoying. She looked at it and she's like, nigga, I fucking... And she's white, but I know she thought it. Nigga, I fucking know you did some tricky nigga shit, but here's your package. Now I'm gonna go home and listen to Japanese fucking Nujabes, so... What, you judging me? Fucking judging me? Anyway, I love y'all, man.
I really feel like tonight is like I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much. Thank you, Black Zeus, for the DEI credits. And like a male comedian talking about other people's genitals other than his own. That's like so beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if our next comedian will hit the same bar, but let's find out. Please welcome to the stage, Lee Carroll.
Oh, CFTA, what's going on, guys? Yeah, we having a good time out there? There we go, nice, nice. All right, there's a lot of pussy talk, so we're gonna have a little palate cleanser. Yeah? This one's for the kids, you know? We're gonna get a little biblical tonight. All right, yeah. Yeah, because my faith in the Lord has been restored. I'm gonna take you guys on a little journey. So this happened about 2 months ago. 2 months ago. We're flashing back to February. All right. So I'm from Hamilton. This is home turf. Hell yeah. You know, I'm walking the Hamilton streets, as one does, and this homeless lady, as one does, comes up and asks for some money. And I tell her, no. Not because I wouldn't give it, it's because I don't have any money. I'm a credit card guy, you know? Yeah, credit and forget it. Get that statement at the end of the month. Yeah, we'll deal with that shit later. But, yeah, so she, you know, no money, fine. She said, okay, can you pray for me? And I said, yeah, fuck it, sure, I can do that. So I walk away, and I go, God, damn her, you know, for sillies. See what happens, see what happens. So now we're gonna fast forward. This was, and I quote, a couple days ago, you know, so we're both still in Hamilton. She's still out there walking around, homeless as ever. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, this stuff actually works. It just depends how you turn it, because like God is much more up for kicking someone when they're down. Hell yeah. So I was like, oh man, I mean, we're gonna talk about the Bible tonight because it's a crazy book. Harry Potter's got nothing on this shit, and I will tell you, the most inconsistent thing is God Himself, because I mean, for those of you who know, the book is split into two halves. It's like Kill Bill. You got the New Testament, which is much more laid back. That guy is like, turn the other cheek, blessed are the meek. The Old Testament God was like turning queers to stone. It was definitely, it was two sides of the same coin. It was crazy. But I think these days, the Old Testament guy is behind the wheel, and there's a lot of shit going on. He's been drinking. Yeah. Yeah. It's less our Holy Father and more like our Holy Uncle that we're not supposed to talk to anymore. Yeah, because shit's getting out of hand. But he's got problems. And it's in the book. I'm going to tell you. Buckle up. All right, so there's this, way back in the day, in the old days, there was this guy named Abraham. Yeah, he was allegedly 180. I mean, I doubt it, but apparently he was. Think about that for a sec. 180. Think about that. Think about this. That's crazy. I don't even have a joke for that. That's just, the visuals are getting out of pocket. But yeah, so he's doing his old-timey job. I don't know, he's raking sand or whatever they did back then. And God comes up and he's like, Abraham, do you love me? Because he's needy. And Abraham was like, yeah, sure, of course I do. He was like, I don't know, if you love me, you would kill your son. And he was like, whoa, what? And he's like, yeah, you got to kill your son. Okay, bye. So Abraham was like, shit. I guess we're doing this. So, he went up to the highest hill, took his boy, Isaac, I think it was. Yeah, hey, there we go. We got some Bible aficionados in the audience. Thank you. All right, yeah, so he takes him to the highest hill, brings up the knife because he's going to do it. He's like, fuck it, I got to do this. And then God comes in, he's like, whoa, dude, you were going to do that? That's crazy, man. You're crazy. Holy shit. Well, see you later. And then Abraham was like, oh, well, this is going to hang over this relationship for the rest of our lives. Damn. So yeah, he likes to fuck around. He's a silly guy. There's this guy, Elijah. Oh, we got that light quick. Okay. Elijah. You know what? Fuck Elijah. We're going to go right to, you guys know David, like David and Goliath with like the whole all that shit. Yeah, he did that. He had a whole life outside of that little incident, okay? So, it turns out David was looking for love. Yeah, so there's this guy, King Saul. Yeah, I guess this smoke show daughter, Michelle, which probably not back then was her name, but whatever. So David's like, I want to marry your daughter. And Saul was like, oh, well, I don't want her marrying some sucker. I want to see what you got. So he's like, you got to go in the battlefield and collect me 100 foreskins. And I want my foreskins. Yeah. So David's like, damn, I got, okay. So he goes out there, he's slaying, he's filleting, and like it's the natives had it right, like scalping is cool. Like that's a cool collection. David's out there collecting foreskin. That's just like a pocket of calamari. That sucks. You can't show it to anybody. Yeah. So, but he does it. He's a man of his word. He goes out there and he gets them foreskins. Yeah. So he comes back and all right, real quick. Yeah. So he's like, hey, Saul, look what I got for you. And he's like, he's dishing it out. And Saul's a good counter. He's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 100. A deal's a deal. And he's like, oh, David's an overachiever. Turns out he's in a second pocket. He's like, oh, look at all this shit. And he goes, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 200. David was out there. He was getting busy. And we'll call it there.
Wonderful. Again, we're covering so many topics tonight. We're a little over halfway through, and I forgot to tell you guys, I have a prize tonight for best set, but you have to be in the room to find out. So stick around, listen to some wonderful more comedians. I'm doing a great job. Your next comedian, one of my favorite guys, one of the bestest boys in comedy. Immaculate mustache too. Oh my God. He has a show Friday at Aquanover with like a stunning lineup. Highly recommend tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Anyway, please welcome to the stage Trevor Girl.
I've already fucked up. I'm so sorry, Phoebe. We were supposed to fist bump. One of the house rules, guys.
It's okay, wash your hands.
Yeah, I do. I'm a plumber. Multiple times a day. Yeah. Yeah, how we doing? I was looking at her, guys. Okay, chill. What are you doing? Vibing? You still got that, so it starts with an S, right? The Shandy. This guy left already, you know. He was going to get picked on. I didn't know him already, but that's cool. Glasses inside. That's a stellar move. Yeah. Easy to identify. Head bobbing. So you know Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's up, dog? How you doing, bro?
I'm all right.
Yeah, man. You having a great Friday Junior is what they would call it these days?
Friday Junior?
Yeah, man, today, right? Like tomorrow is Friday, right? So this is the version of Friday, but in a junior, you know? Yeah, Sean Paul, man. Okay. I'm going to talk about a touchy subject, all right? This is a new material I'm trying to work on here, guys, but I hope you guys understand it and follow with me, you know? You know, don't worry, it's not any racist shit or anything. Drinking and driving. Yeah. Yeah. Who are filming this, so, yeah. It's scary, right? We don't want to be doing it, you know? It's a bad thing, right? But, you know, you always go through these, like, ride programs, right? You guys ever been through a ride program? Fucking terrifying, you know what I mean? You go through, you get up there, you do your windows down, your car stinks even more, you know what I mean? Like, you like put away the pod and shit, you know? You barely get through, right? You know? But like think about, you know, like how many years back? Like when did drinking and driving actually become a thing? And they were like, oh, this is what it is, you know? Like, was it when we had horses and we are just like, you know, started shooting random horses? We're like, man, this last night, you know, Jim's horse just went fucking crazy. Gets a new horse, same thing. He's like, man, is this hereditary or something? What's going on with these horses, man? Just keeps on fucking kicking them off and shit, but you know, just drinking and driving. And maybe it was just the automobiles when they actually decided, like, oh, it's us. All right, there's something there. Okay, that's cool. All right, guys. All right. Just a shout out to my phone. I hate targeted ads that aren't gluten free. Like, what the fuck, man? Why are you trying to ruin my stomach? You know what I mean? Give me high hopes and shit. It's like, oh, a deal, 15% off. Something's gonna make you shit your pants. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck off, man. How we doing outside? Smoking the cigarettes. Yeah, we Sean Paulin out there. Yeah, with the bob, with the feet. Cheat. Okay, cool, man. It's Adam's brother out there, I believe, with his lady. Is that his lady? Yeah, right on. They just passing a joint out there. They're smoking. Sharon, yeah, what up, dog? How you doing? Holla at your boy. Tonight I'm not wearing it, but I like to wear a Carhartt jacket, you know? I've been wearing it for a long time. It was fancy night, so I wore my leather, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm into, you know what I mean? But no, I like to wear this Carhartt jacket. I've been wearing it for quite a long time, you know, before things were cool, because Carhartt is cool now, but I've had this jacket for many, many moons. But I've been doing things way before it's been cool, you know, like wearing Carhartt, smoking weed before it's been legal, making out with your sister. No, I said your sister, so. So if you have one, tell her what's up, you know. I'll end on this one here, guys. You know, you guys ever watch The Pit? Okay, one person I'm gonna do the joke for. Okay, cool. I've only watched season 1. You know, I work in a hospital, so I kind of wanted to see where I was represented in the show. You know, so I went in blind, you know, not knowing where I was. You know, find out I'm the maintenance guy who's delusional, who's supposedly retired and has returned to work to continue to work. This is my life, guys. This is where I'm headed. Zeus, how are we? Cool. How was your banh mi, man?
Fucking good.
Yeah, it's a lot of gluten in that, eh? Yeah, good luck. Okay, I got the yellow light here. All right, we'll see if we can do one quick one here. See, you guys ever walk down the street and see just a random shoe? You're like, wonder how it got there? Do you think we went from like a city of like crime to like a city of like homeless people bent over just untying your shoe and you don't know? You went from your pickpockets being picked to your shoe. All right, it's a new one I'm trying out, guys. I'm going to bring up your host, Phoebe. If you guys want to see me tomorrow, Aquanova, 7 o'clock. See you guys there.
Yeah, I'll shake your hand if I know that you wash them. Let's just keep it moving tonight. Your next comic is truly one of my favorite women, potentially on planet Earth. Actually, you know what? I'll do the male comedian intro that I get all the time. Haven't seen her before. She seems nice. Hope she's funny. Please welcome to the stage, Diana Barbosa.
Hello, CFTA. My gosh, have the women been killing it in here tonight? Woo! And I do have a couple of things to say on that sense. First of all, Gabby, I think you have a great ass. Yeah, so yeah, don't do that. Your ass is absolutely great. And I've mentioned Angela's voice before. I have a voice kink, and fuck Angela. I'm like, really fuck Angela. Not the men, though. I'm not talking to the men on that statement. I did, though, recently found out that I was a slut in high school. Some of the gentlemen are clapping. I didn't know that. It turns out I had a reputation for being a bit of a whore. Now, it was untrue. I was actually a very good girl in high school, okay? I didn't do any drugs. I smoked weed for the first time when I was 44. The only person I'd ever had sex with before my divorce was my husband. This woman's laughing, but you know, right? You've felt the pain. I was really, really good, which is funny because I did get a job when I was 17, and I got a job at a video store. It was called Bonanza Video. It was not a competitor to Blockbuster. Blockbuster put us out of business. Aw, be sad for me. That was the best job fucking ever. I wish I could still work at a video store. Anyway, but one of the things that I'll never forget was I was 17, so I was underage, and they had an adult room in the back, right? It was a porn room, right? And it was one of those porn rooms that had the saloon doors so that when you walked through them, you could go woo-hoo, right? And we had cameras up front to keep an eye on what was going on in that porn room because this was 1992. There was no internet porn. As a matter of fact, there was no internet at the time. And every once in a while, you would get a gentleman back there who was just getting a little bit too close and personal with one of the covers. And they would send the 17-year-old girl in there to tell him to please wipe it down and put it back. Yeah. But that wasn't the worst of it. Like I said, I was a good girl. Like I was very sheltered growing up. And the worst part was that sometimes I would be at the register and you'd get, especially there was a guy who was a regular. He would come in every day at 10 a.m., rent 3 porns, go home. Next morning, return them. 3 porns every single day, okay? On VHS, if you can imagine this. But the worst was that I would be working and he would come in, he'd go in the back, he'd come out, and sure enough, this one day, he wasn't kind, he didn't rewind, and there was a 99-cent fee. So I say to him, oh, that's gonna be $5.85. He's like, why? It's usually $3.99. Oh, because you had some fees for not rewinding. That's impossible, I always rewind my movies. Well, it says here, he goes, well, which ones were they? There was a fee for Poke My Hauntus. Okay, yeah, and what else? There was a late fee for shaving Ryan's privates. Okay, but what? Okay, and it seems you rented the classic Clockwork Orgy. Yeah, that was pretty much my life at the video store. Now, I did mention another thing you should know about me in high school and how I know I was a good girl in high school was that I was in the band. Yeah, I played the trombone. I started playing the trombone when I was 10 years old, and I think because I was the only kid that was big enough to carry the instrument, because I've been in this body since I was like 10. And that also explains, like I mentioned, why I was a virgin until after I graduated high school. You guys are so sweet. Like, oh no, we're shocked. What else do I have for you guys today here? I guess, no, you know what? That is actually all I have for you today. Thank you very much, everybody.
Diana Barbosa, everyone. Isn't she so gorgeous and glamorous? I think like the female comic, I think like you can only be a female comic if you weren't cute in high school. Like I was also obviously in band as well. Diana, I played the saxophone, but the big one, whatever the big one was. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have these to do that. Anyway, now I'm a comedian. My dad wanted me to be a lawyer. That's so funny. Anyway, your next comedian is hiding behind the pillow over there, I believe so. Please welcome to the stage, Stephen Brindley. No, Stephen Brindley. Sean? Okay, great. Sean, please welcome to the stage, Sean.
Keep it going for your host, you guys. This is me dressed up. I was outside and another comic, I don't want to narc them out, so we'll just call him Paul. He's like, don't take any offense to this, but do you smoke? I was like, yeah, fuck. So things aren't going great. I shaved my beard and lost my sweater, and I've bombed every set since. So let's see how this goes. I'm feeling pretty good. Trevor was talking about horses. Can you imagine being the first guy to see a horse? Who'd believe you? It's a hairy land dragon. I'm riffing, Trevor. Comedy. Oh, I want to get an e-bike, but I don't have a DUI yet. It's so funny, man. They have like no insurance and no license. We just slap on their ass and send them on the way like a drunken Evel Knievel. I don't know. They can only hurt themselves, but if I run over one of these top-heavy fucks, it's going to put a damper on my day. All right. What's new about me? I just recently became an uncle. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. He's 13 years old. I was pretty hands-off until he could catch a ball or hold a conversation. You learn a lot about yourself when you become an uncle, though. Like, for instance, if you go mini-putting with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid who keeps asking where his parents are, you're going to get a lot of looks. Shut up. Also, they don't like it if you leave him in the car, even though he's not technically your kid. I feel bad for my nephew. He's missing out on a lot of milestones. Like, he's never going to find porn in the woods. Unless he finds, like, an iPod or something. Anyone remember finding porn in the woods? Anyone? Yeah? In the creeks, exactly. You know how many architects are walking around right now because of porn they found in the woods? That's what we did. Little boys, we built forts in the woods to hide the porn we found in the woods. We found a brand new Hustler. We're putting a second story on that bitch. Maybe a balcony or something. But I've been watching a lot of amateur porn lately. What's it take for these poor girls to go pro? Some of them are really good. I was talking about finding porn magazines in the woods. They still sell them. I was in a corner store and they still sell like the Jugs and like the big ass titties magazine. Who are these for? Like even homeless guys have the wherewithal to jerk off at the library. I'll tell you who they're for. They're for me. I'm going to collect them for the end of the world when the grid goes down. It's going to be all the porn. Me. I'm going to be a hub of porn. I don't know what I'll call it yet. Maybe RedTube. speaking of porn, how gay is hentai? Like, it's not gay. That was hard.
Not gay.
Well, in my head, it's predominantly consumed by men, predominantly drawn by men. That's somewhere on the spectrum. So it's not gay. Why is it not gay? Change my mind. You could have said, like, well, it's because it's a corporation. There's a lot of... No. In my head, it's just some old crusty guy with a cigarette dangling out of his mouth and one light bulb swinging above his head. And he's just sketching away. Yeah, this'll make him come. Sorry, Mom. My mom watches this shit. Hi, Mom. Speaking of my mom, she used to take me shopping at a Big and Tall when I was growing up, which was super embarrassing. I was like, can't we go to like Walmart like the other poor kids? She's like, no, we'll go to another store, but it was another Big and Tall. She couldn't fool me. The door was huge. And the name of the store was Huskies. I guess Little Fat Fucks was taken. You name a clothing store for fat little boys Huskies? It's so mean. You guys ever been in a relationship, you're riding towards the rocks, and you're just staring each other in the eyes, waiting to see who's gonna blink first? I was in one of those relationships around Christmas time, and that's a bad time to be in one of those relationships. She was gonna buy me an Xbox. Do you know how many months that would add to my sentence? I started doing the math. If I stole a Xbox and just hid it really well, theft under 1,000, nonviolent crime, first time offense. I'm playing that shit by April. All right. You can't all be winners, guys. I'll leave you with this. Have you guys ever been playing a video game where you skipped a side mission and you didn't know that you skipped the side mission? It's got like an important item or skill that you had to use to beat the boss battle. Now you're against the boss and you're ill-equipped. I think that's what having kids is like. Because I got a buddy with a few enchanted arrows short of a full quiver. He made me the godfather of his child. I don't know what that means. I've never seen the movie. Do you have to hold a baby? Because holding a baby is a high-risk, no-reward activity. Unless there's a lot of risk involved. Like, let's say a lady wants you to catch her baby out of a second story of a burning building or something. That's so much risk. Think of the reward, though. You get to get your picture of the paper. You get to be that guy that almost caught a baby. I've been Sean Creighton. I love you guys.
That was Sean Creighton, everyone. I forgot to say, I'll mispronounce your name if I don't respect you, but if I'm not all that bothered about who you are as a person, I'll just forget you on the list completely. Anyway, thank you very much. That was a great set, Sean. Taking digs at shots for no reason. Anyway, please welcome your next comedian, Stephen Brindley.
She messed that one up, not me. Anyway, you guys cool? Not judgmental at all? You're not gonna judge me. All right, can you guys tell me if this is bestiality? I was alone, doing my thing alone. Okay, I was finished the thing. Waddled to the bathroom because it's spontaneous. You got cum dripped on my cat. And I sucked his dick, so. I thought we were under the impression that this is a non-judgmental crowd. You know what? Oh no! My bit! It's ruined! This was $10. That's this is $10. Perfect yesterday. Fuck. All right. There. Okay. You licked your lips, so.
That's crazy, bro.
Fuck. This was so. I have to get a new one. He's a great cat. He's a really great cat. I don't come on my cat. You were there, so you know. Okay. Anyways, anyone ever seen a carjacking before? No? I have recently. It was fucked up, guys. I swear. Sorry. I was looking at the guy the whole time. He looked scared almost. I could barely, after everything was done, I could barely see through the windshield because all the cum that was on it from the carjacking. Yeah. Asked that last night. Turns out someone actually did carjack someone. Now you had to be there. I don't know why I said that. Anyway. So I consider myself a heterosexual man. But no one's 100% anything, right? There's like 90, 10, 70, 30, 65, 40, 35, right? Right. So what I'm trying to say is like the likelihood of me sucking a cock would be like the likelihood of me skydiving, okay? I'm scared to. I don't want to at all. But if like I had to, I guess, I guess I would if everyone else was going, right? So if Phoebe comes up and says, "Hey, all the dudes after the show are going to go to the airfield. Going to suck some cock, you in?" I'll be like, "Is Sean going?" Like, "Man, it was Sean's idea." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, let's do it. Let's suck some dick, guys, woo!" No, I don't want to do that. I don't know, actually. I'm not going to go through this on live YouTube, even though I am right now. Anyway. Is anyone superstitious here?
Yeah.
What do you, thank you. Thank you. What are you superstitious of?
Walking under ladders.
Walking under ladders, that's a doozy. That's just wise living. If it's not 3 by 1, get out of there, son. I just made that up. That was really good. That's actually the ratio you need to do. Most people don't. Most people. Because safety's lame. Anyway. It's not. It's very serious. I've been part of a joint health safety committee team, and I have to tell you it's really important to get tripping hazards out of the way of emergency exits, guys. Serious. If there was a big box right there, you think that would be fucking okay? I'm writing that down, bringing it up in the meeting. Nothing gets done in those meetings. I was in one where like there's a sign that was covered by one tree branch for like 4 months, and they're like, "We don't want to cut it, but like we can't see the stop sign." Anyway, superstitious, right. So this one time I opened an umbrella inside, bit my tongue. Right? So I wanted to see the damage, so I looked in a mirror, disgusted what I saw, so I punched the mirror. 7 years of hemorrhoids. That was 4 years ago, so I got 3 more. Anyway, my last one quick. I was applying salt to my eggs in 2001 in September, at 8:45 in the morning on a Tuesday, and, 9/11. It's a comedy show. 9/11. It's a comedy show. All right, thank you.
I don't think anyone talks about how much they don't want to suck dick, so much like a straight man. Like men are like, "Oh, big manly man. I'm a big manly man." Where I don't know what the fuck do men do? Like, "Oh, I lift stuff. I talk about lifting stuff." And with such a firm handshake, too. Alrighty, guys, I got one last 5-minuter for you for your night. It's so many wonderful comedians. Okay, this is because I asked for fancy, wasn't it? This is what I get. Please welcome to the stage, Cody!
Sup, you cock gobblers? What's up? What's up? I was told that I had to dress fancy today. Guess I'm a gourmet hot dog. Yeah, fuck. I think I'm the true wiener of this challenge, right? Right? Sean, your vibrator goes off again. Fuck. I was the only one, I guess, hoping that this would be a sausage fest. It's a couple puns, dude. Couple puns. Yo. Anyone just, like, spend 4 hours today watching girls twerk on YouTube? Like, 3 hours in, I'm like, you know what? Like, looks nice from the back, but from the front, it's just fucking disturbing, isn't it? Just like, imagine just, yeah, that's what you're doing tonight. You and me. We matched on Grindr. I'm doing this all night, buddy. Yeah, I'm tired. Okay. Phoebe said that there's a prize going out tonight for the best dressed or best set. Set? Okay, that's shit.
Sorry.
Well, I got, for the best dressed, I also have a cash prize. $100 off KFC. Yeah. You. That's my parents, dude. Okay, I wrote some roast jokes about you fuckers that went up tonight. You guys want to hear them? Let's give it up for Phoebe. She does not respect me. Got my name completely wrong. It's handsome hot dog. Thank you very much. Thanks for showing me your bush, Phoebe. That was awesome. No shame in. I'm just really honored you modeled yours after mine. That's friendship. I love it. I love it. Yo, wouldn't it be crazy if I just pissed myself on stage right now? And blamed it on a Coors Light? That's crazy. I'm never gonna stop bringing that up. Watch my Instagram if you don't know what I'm talking about. Tay, I know you're watching this from home right now, so I'm gonna save your roast for last. That's you son of a bitch. I'm gonna. Phoebe, I think the least surprising thing about Joey Baum is that he doesn't wash his hands after using the bathroom. The most surprising thing about Joey Baum is he knows what a bathroom is. Bold move, Tomo. Where are you? Oh, he's dead. Bold move, Tomo, wearing sandals on stage when you're perfectly aware Joey Baum has a foot fetish. That's why he was in the bathroom, guys. Yo, wouldn't it be crazy if I just said the N-word on stage right now? And blamed it on a Coors Light in America? You're out there somewhere, dude, and don't stop drinking. Angela, you're my favorite trans comic. Thank you. Hell yeah. Calm down, guys. Calm down. Pre-op, okay? It's fine. If you're wondering why Angela has a piece of tape on her ass, I can tell you it makes her very self-conscious. Talking about gluten-free buns, am I right, guys? Fuck. Dante is so white. That's racist, guys. He's so white, Black Zeus is his only black friend. That or he bragged about going to LA in 2026, dude. That's crazy. It's white privilege right there. Yo, Gabby, don't diss Rape Academy, okay? It's the only way Joey Bomb can get a degree. Arpita. Oh, you're gone back to Brampton. Thanks for coming out from all the way out from Milton, and let me be the first to welcome you to the Milton Comedy Collective, guys. Only the second biggest comedy cult next to the CFTA, am I right? Hell yeah. Black Zeus, I'm sorry on behalf of all white comics for Sean's butt plug going off during your set. Call back. Yeah, doesn't Lee Carroll have the dead eyes of a middle manager for a Beanie Baby supply store? Or just the conviction rate? You tell me, I don't know. Trevor, how are you more black than Dante? That's crazy. I always wanted to know what Luigi would look like if he grew up in the hood, you know? That's sick. Diana, I'm saving this roast for your birthday roast, okay? We're keeping this PG. No, we're not. Wouldn't it be crazy if I just defended a serial rapist on a Facebook post a year and a half ago? Not the same person, but it could be. Sean Patrick Sullivan, stop messaging me. Doesn't Sean give off failed field sobriety test energy? If anyone has a DUI, it's either you, dude, or Alan's brother. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, dude. Do you have an eye stigmatism?
No.
Okay. George wanted me to roast him. Dude speaks 5 languages. English 6. Okay, well, sorry. English, French, Chinese, Arabic, Mandarin, and Russian. I didn't know that there were Arabic prostitutes out there. That's... He's married to a smart lady. Thanks, Steven, for leaving your cave to come out tonight. I appreciate that. You Timu caveman looking motherfucker. I love it. Hell yeah. If you ever want to know what it's like to be Paul's friend, just kill yourself.
You first, Cody.
We're going out together, dude. 6 JBCs in our bellies, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, Tochi's gonna say the N-word, guys. After all this, don't worry, Trevor said he could, okay? And Yoel, Trevor said you can't, okay? That's... You conservative-leaning motherfucker, you. Okay, and last but not least, Tay, if you're still watching this, I lied. I didn't write a roast joke for you, fucker. Stay for the night, right, guys? Yeah. Guys, best set of the night? Yeah? Yeah? I did it! I did it! I did it!
Thank you so much, Cody. I know you didn't see my bush because I don't have one anymore, liar. Oh my God, I can't believe you'd lie on stage like that. All right, you guys, we're gonna go to our popcorn sets. We're gonna keep it at 5 minutes because everyone, okay, good work, comics tonight. Everyone was on time, minus Joey. I got beef with you later. We'll go to 5 minutes. We'll go to popcorn. 5 minutes. I'll let you at 4. Say the next person. Well, you guys know what we're doing. We're all professionals here. We're all professional amateur comedians. All right, please. Well, who am I? What am I doing though? Please welcome to the stage, Zach Parsons.
Thank you. Give it up for Phoebe, man. It's a long show. Man, I'm happy to be here, you know? I fucking love Hamilton. I love Hamilton at night, you know? There's a fun game you can play here at night. I call it, am I about to get jumped, or is that a group of well-dressed Asians? No. It's frequent. It happens frequently. No, I've had a lot of trouble dating recently. I think it's because I have weird taste in women. Like, I like a woman who's a little bit fucked up, like, physically. Like, she's got, like, a hook nose or, like, a snaggle tooth. I like that. That's perfect for me, you know? She's got a bum foot. That would do a lot for me, a bum foot. Not even, like, a good prosthetic, just, like, the wooden peg. That'd be fantastic. You're not with me here? She's like missing an eye. She's got an eye patch over one. It's a pirate. I want to fuck a pirate, guys. Come on. Okay. Cool. You might know someone who's like quick to anger. I'm quick to be creepy. It's a skill, really. I've honed it over many years. Like my buddy got in a car accident. He hit a tree. The tree had boobs. Big old tree boobs on the tree. Just tell me when with the tree boobs. Just big fucking wooden tits on a tree, you know? I fucking hate you guys. I do. I really do. No, I like Hamilton though. I do. I love Hamilton. The other day, I was walking down the street and saw a dog that had a bigger dick than me. You don't get that in Burlington. You'd be hard pressed to find a dog with a cock in Burlington. Okay. Okay, guys. Don't laugh at any of these, by the way. I don't have a watch. Lately, I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping, you know? Might be relatable, right? So I've just been like Dutch ovening myself just so I can see like how I'm doing health-wise. I will kill myself on stage. No, it's fine, guys. It's fine. I made note of everybody's here. You're gonna be in the note. No. The other day I was at the hot dog stand. This guy was trying to sell me a bike. You know, typical Hamilton moment. He's trying to sell me a $3,000 bike. He's like, just give me $50 and a hamburger. Not even a cheeseburger, a hamburger. Okay. It's fine, guys. I haven't bombed in a while. I was on a good run. This is good for me. This will limit my ego. It's good. Thank you. That's all I got left. People who know me because I've lost weight, they're like, oh, you look great. I'm still fat to people who don't know me. They're like, look at this fat fuck thinking he looks good. No. I can't even do like the towel around the waist when I get out of the shower. I need like on a plane, you need the seatbelt extender. I need the fucking towel extender. I haven't. Like you lose 50 pounds, I'm still 240. I'm still fat. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, well, my mouth's dry. There's no point even going to the book, but you know, I'll leave you on this. I do love Hamilton. Seriously, guys, calm down. I love Hamilton because we all have this universal experience. It's the first time you see an attractive homeless person, and you really start questioning your own morals a little bit. You know, like, damn, maybe I do have some change. Okay, well, fuck you. Thank you. Your next comedian is Adam Murray. Give it up for him.
All right. How's it going, everyone? Pretty good set of comics tonight. So a penguin went into the mechanics And he walked in, and when he walked in, he had to get his car fixed, and the mechanic took a look at it and said it's probably going to be about half an hour, so he left, and he decided he was going to go get some ice cream. And he came back to the mechanics with the ice cream, and he comes back, and right as he comes in, he slips on the floor, and he spills the ice cream all over himself, and he's covered in ice cream. And then the mechanic comes walking out, and the mechanic comes up to the penguin, goes up to the penguin and says, "Looks like you blew a seal." And the penguin goes, no, it's just ice cream, I swear." When I was a kid, I swallowed a lot of weird things. I swallowed a whole roll of dimes one time when I was a kid. And then recently, now that I'm an adult, I had to have a colonoscopy. So when I had the colonoscopy, I drank the pink liquid that kind of flushes you out. And at one point, a whole roll of quarters came out. I realized, though, that, like, you know, over the course of 20 years, that's only about a 0.3% interest rate, but it's pretty shitty if you ask me. I recently found out that Stephen Hawking actually cheated on his wife. They planned it out with his nurse. Her name was Amelia. They planned the whole thing out, and they did, and then they didn't get caught till after he actually died. And it turns out that they never actually had sex. She just jerked him off. But when they got caught, someone asked, "What do you have to say for yourself?" They asked her, and she just said she's just glad she had one last stroke of genius. You know, I've dated men and women, and honestly, dating men is just a pain in the ass. But you know what the worst part? You know what the worst part is, though, is that you have to smoke weed every night before bed, because the Bible says a man who lies with another man shall be stoned. And you know what, though? At least the Bible papers do make good rolling papers. The body parts, all the body parts were arguing which body part is the best body part. The heart was saying, "I'm the best body part because I pump the blood," and the liver was saying, "I'm the best body part because I clean the liver." And then the stomach was saying, "No, I'm the best body part because I digest the food." And the asshole goes, "Fuck you guys, I'm the best body part." And they're all like, "Oh yeah, prove it." So he just closes up and shuts down. And then a few days later, the body's going into sepsis, and they're all going, all right, you're the best, you win. Open up. Well, I got a new one that I want to try, actually. I was at a hospital, and doctor told me that laughter is the best medicine. But honestly, like I've learned to not trust doctors, because he told me laughter was the best medicine. So I went to the hospital to visit my grandfather, and I was visiting him, and I was telling him some jokes. And then a few weeks later, the same doctor euthanized him. And you know, though, another thing, too, I also don't trust hospitals either, because I was walking by that hospital over there, and there's a big sign that says, "Join the future of robotic surgeries," but then it's got a picture of a man beside it. And then you know what else? I found out that, Trevor's not here anymore, is he? I found out that Trevor works at that hospital, too. He's not here, though. I was hoping he would have still been here. Well, I always like to talk about this girl that I dated. She was a Jewish girl, and she was overly hygienic, because when she was in the shower, she used to finger herself with soap. And what it did was, like, the natural acids of the vagina just got stronger because of that. So her pussy kind of smelled like vinegar. And I always have to say that when she dumped me, it really left a sour taste in my mouth. You know what, though? Years later, she had a kid. It was not my kid, thankfully. But I heard from the family she didn't want to know the gender of the baby. She wanted to be surprised. But I hear that they were very surprised when a pickle came flying out. But you know what? They were a Jewish family, like I said, so at least it was kosher. Growing up, we were very close as a family. We played a lot of board games and a lot of video games. We played a lot of Mario Kart. Unfortunately, my dad would always beat me. But at least I always wanted Mario Kart. All right. So I guess I got one more. I want to tell a story about my grandfather when we were at like a round table at a restaurant, and we ended up getting kicked out because there were a bunch of us there. I think my cousin was there, and my uncle. My uncle was a police officer. My cousin was a construction worker, and my grandpa, he wasn't really paying attention. But then at one point, like my cousin was talking about someone being paid under the table, and then later on my uncle, the police officer, was talking about somebody who was blowing the breathalyzer, and then later on, my grandma dropped a fork, and then when she came back up, the person sitting beside her, my grandma punched him in the face because he thought she was giving someone a blowjob under the table. No. All right, well, I guess that's everything, so thank you. And so the next one is Lauren Steph. Is that? That's right. All right, cool.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Lauren Steffen. Oh my goodness, what a crazy world we live in. Am I right? Or as some of you may know it, AI. AI is going to take your job and hack into your bank account and run over your cat. That will happen. The only thing you can do now is prepare your children for participation in the Hunger Games. The AI company Anthropic has created a new model of its Claude AI that is so dangerous they won't release it to the public. It can find security holes basically in any system on Earth. And even more disturbing, Claude can now write jokes as well or better than a mediocre semi-professional stand-up comedian. A subscription to Claude starts at $30 a month, which is also the starting salary of a mediocre semi-professional stand-up comedian in Hamilton. Anthropic has provided early access to Claude Mythos to select partners so we can prepare for what's coming. And I have, as a mediocre semi-professional stand-up comedian, I have a preview of Claude Mythos. And I asked him to write some jokes for us this evening. And so people, get ready for what's coming in the pipeline. I asked Claude Mythos to write an original joke about stand-up comedy audiences. And here it is. Why do stand-up audience... You know, this is my delivery. We shouldn't blame the AI for my poor delivery of this. Why do stand-up comedy audiences make terrible detectives? They always laugh at the obvious clues. And wow, it is scary how good that is. I think that would sit comfortably with a lot of stuff we've heard tonight. But maybe that's a fluke, people. Maybe that was a fluke. So I decided to give Claude an extra challenge, a challenging task. I said, Claude, my dog is very sick, and he's not long for this world. Please write an original joke about it to cheer me up. And people, get ready. This is what Claude wrote. My dog has no nose. I say, my dog has no nose. How does he smell? Awful, thank you. Your next comedian is George Yuba. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. That's an original joke. Get ready, people. The AI is coming for the jobs you don't have yet.
Every time I come up here, it's a new name. Last one was the Cuban Missile Crisis. Okay, so I have 5 minutes. I actually have time to go through some notes that I had. I was actually contemplating this. Okay, first, hot dog killed me. Killed me. And then, more than anything, what killed me about you is, because I was dying in the back corner, is, comedy show is going up here. He's just in the back, just laughing his ass off, undressing. Hot dog. And the best part about it is after, he's folding it up so neatly. And just puts it away while dying of laughter the entire time. And if you had any other haircut other than a clean bald cut, it would never work, and it just worked, man. So, oftentimes, I almost didn't come today, man. I had a long day, But shit. Comedy is like the best therapy. You get in and you see somebody in a hot dog suit. Last week in Toronto, I heard somebody talking about, this is recorded, man. Where's the camera? He talked about wanting to get a blowjob from his mother. I was like, whatever problem I got in my life, bro, I'm A-okay. I'm A-okay. I got some more notes. I mean, the first 3 notes I had, I was so weary about. And then I walk in and I hear what Yola's talking about. So my first 3 notes, just for reference, on the way here was to myself, a note to self, no 9/11 jokes today. Speaking of 9/11, no Israel jokes today. He hit them back to back. See, that one's gonna take some time. Maybe some of you agree, maybe some of you disagree. You either are right like me or you're wrong, period. Hamilton, shit. I'm still not over, the last time I was here, I was seeing deaf people argue outside. You know what that sounds, you know what that looks like? Yes. It looks like a workout, man. It's just, I was thinking, shit, these people are throwing gang signs at each other. And you would never know it unless you just paid attention, right? But normally an argument takes your attention away from something. It's like the opposite. They're in a different world. So I was thinking, you know me and blind people, how I like to talk about them. Quite often at this point, it seems like this is my 6th set in a row. I like to see some blind people get in the ring, man. I say ring because there's a border, so it's more fair. It's not just in the open field. That'll never be entertaining. I was thinking, how do blind people, like if 2 blind people, equally blind people, it's like you have to be born blind for this to work, because if you have seen, you have perception, you can kind of make shapes and things. And like I think about blind people often now, because I was talking about blind people can be racist, and it's like a deep dark hole. And so now fighting, I'm thinking, like, how do they fight, 2 blind people? Like, if you had reason to fight, like Marco Polo, like one of those ones. Sounds. I was thinking of that on the way here. I was thinking cowbells, like probably more ethical. So I'm thinking now we get 2 blind people, put them in the ring. We could blindfold people, that works, but it's not the same. It's not as authentic, right? I have to say being born blind. You have to go into it having never seen anything, like just darkness. But I don't know. You think if a blind person gets knocked out, they see stars? No, I don't think so. I just thought of that here. It's the blinding lights. Yeah, blind people. Fuck. How much time do I think, man, maybe let's just dig into this blind thing, man. I don't know. You think blind people can be racist? It's a real question. I don't know how many people have heard this question. Yes? Yeah. It's fucked up if you're blind or racist, no? If you're born blind, if you were, like I said, if you went blind, you had enough time. Everybody here is racist. We can all admit it. Raise the hands. How many people here are, you don't have to. Be smart. I did this in Toronto. I'm not looking at anybody specific, man. I did this in Toronto. I asked the same question. I said, raise your hands if you're racist. This is the whole fucking room, sort of got. Like nothing, like nothing. They didn't even think about it. And I was like, man, racism is like drugs. You have to be able to do it where you're comfortable, right? Like at home, not on stage where you piss yourself. That's a reference. That's a callback. So, yeah, we're all racist, but like if you're blind, you're born blind, it's a different level of fucked up, man. Because now you're just a bandwagon, right? Like you're just doing it for the fucking love of the game, like just racist. How do you authenticate your racism if you can't see? 1 minute? Is that?
You're past it, but yeah.
Oh, we dug way into this. All right, let me end this on a good note. Something awakening, something that will make you open your eyes, perhaps. I can't think of it right now. So let's just be blind for another week. Shit. Next comic. To the stage, 4, 5. Let's see. Aleko? Aleko. What's up, bro? Oh.
Keep going. Okay. I'm sorry, Phoebe. I only wore a Canadian tuxedo. That's the nicest thing I own.
You still look beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I wanted to wear like my nicest shirt tonight, and in true Hamilton fashion, I thrifted it. Yeah. That is the good thing about the encampments. The yard sale, just a free pile of clothes. Take a sweater, leave a sweater. No, I grew up in Dundas, so we didn't have homeless people there. We we call them displaced people because we've never seen homeless people in displaced before. Dundas also, it's like a little hamlet of white privilege, and it's fortified with the worst roads in Hamilton, ironically. No one wants to drive into Dundas. No one wants to take the bus. It's an hour bus ride. Most people in Dundas have a car. I don't. I ride a bike. And it's kind of fun mountain biking around the city, just going over potholes. No, I have white guilt because I can pass as white, but when it benefits me, I'm not. Job application, mixed ethnicity. Sexuality, I ride a bike, so gay. It is pretty gay, especially when you do it for the spandex with the padded butt. That's want to go fast. Cyclists, we suck. I hate cyclists. We're so obnoxious. We're like little toddlers. We point at everything we want. Sidewalk, mine. Bike lane, mine. Road, mine. Stop sign, no. No, not stop for the stops. Also, to be fair though, like I worked up the manpower, so I'm not gonna come to a complete stop if I don't have to. If there's no one around and it's a four-way stop and I can see, I will blow through that stop sign, which is what I also do in my car. If I'm ever driving a car, if someone lends me their car, I'm running every stop sign I can. I will stop at a stop sign though to configure Bluetooth because it makes you. No, it's dating when you ride a bicycle is tough. You can't pick a lady up on a bike, say, hop on the back of my bike. She's like, ooh, motorcycle? No. Original cycle. These are my motors. But if you're into pegging, we could get some pegs and I'll peg you, or right on my handlebars. What is that? Oh, it's just my bike light. Don't worry. Bike light is like sits in the middle of the handlebars, just visually, if you guys are imagining someone sitting on handlebars. No, it's like that's a red flag. Riding a bicycle, not having enough money to afford a car, riding a bike everywhere. I don't know at what point I'm supposed to tell a woman I ride a bike. Like before or after I tell her that I'm 30 years old and with my parents. Which one comes first? I have a few other red flags, like I've got a lot of overdue library books. Bad boy. But I read, so it kind of cancels out. I'm in a book club. I carry a tote bag around. I'm a feminist. I love tits. I think we all love tits, right? Yeah. Tits. Yeah. We all grew up sucking on tits the first 8 years of our lives. No, I am trying to respect women. It's tough. I'm trying. No, like, the ladies are into wild things. Like, they want... so consent, like, when she says, come on my chest, I have to. If I'm going to respect her, I have to do what she asks. Her body, her choice. But then happy to oblige. Or some ladies are into being choked. Or spanked, or having their hair pulled. It seems weird that it's like, you want me to respect you by being mean to you? Yeah. Okay. Noted. Thank you for this lesson. I appreciate it. Good looking enough that women agree to go in a forest with me on a first date, which is fucking stupid. Don't go in a forest with a stranger. For a true crime aficionado, you're a fucking idiot. I should kill you to prove a point. I'm not going to. But we were on this first date, and things started getting hot and heavy in the forest on a first date. And she said, I want you to choke me like I'm Bart Simpson. Whoa. In the middle of this forest, Olivia, it's definitely going to look like I'm trying to kill you. Okay, well, that needs a better ending. Thank you guys very much. My name is Aleko Gamon. Next up, please keep that loud laughter and noise going for Tochi.
Man, that's too much noise, guys. I'm already sleepy as fuck tonight, I swear. That's too much energy for what I'm about to do right now. Good evening, guys. Yeah, I'm 5 months sober today from masturbation. Yeah. Thank you. Like, do you know how hard it is to stop that shit, guy? 5 good months. And that's why I don't have energy right now, because I would have actually gone into one of those stores and like gotten my personal clarity and then come up on this stage. But the reason I stopped masturbating actually, like, there was this night that I, like around 12 midnight, I finished jacking off and I was like, what if I just died in my sleep? Like right now, and the next day the police comes over and they're like, we saw a sock with a sperm in it. Because of course they have to investigate, right? Like, you guys don't ever allow any death to be a natural death here. And they have to say, give my parents, like my mom, because my dad was long gone, but they have to like tell them that, yeah, the last thing your child did was jack off. In case you are trying to quit, please let this image stick in your mind next time you want to jack off. Or at least, as soon as you're done, just throw away the socks, like clear your room. Like, I've been thinking so much about my death lately. Like, how do I want to die? First off, yeah, you actually, thank you for not calling my name, but I would admit that, yeah, you were speaking about me. Yeah, I once said that my first blowjob was from my mom. I didn't mean it that way. I was so high that I forgot to give the context that night, and then but I knew that set was so weird, because even Joey the Bomb was like, bro, I'm weird, but your set. So for context, what I meant that night was that, of course, your mom probably gave you your first bath, right? And if she's good at bathing you, then she must have rubbed off your dick. What? Still not enough context? Oh shit, please wipe it off to YouTube in case... This is not the kind of stuff I want people to see if I'm gone. Shit, this...
Your mother's gonna see that.
Man, I have to go and actually write that joke and make some sense out of it at this point. But yeah, I want to die fucking. Yeah, like fucking the hottest blonde around. Like, I want to die fucking a girl that will make other guys want to fuck her. Like, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, the chick that fucked Rockefeller, right? Like, why? She didn't even use that publicity for good. Do you know how good you have to be that someone fucks you and dies? Like, the sex was so good that nigga, he wasn't a nigga, right? That guy died. Oh shit! I didn't want to say nigga this night. Fuck, Cody! But man, that's the stuff of dreams. Like, that's the stuff that dreams are made of. Like, if I was a lady, or if I was gay. And I was fucking a guy and he died. Do you know how much money I would make off that shit? Like, my dick is so good that it kills. Like, I've been a comedian for 2 years and I've never killed. But I fucked and I killed. I didn't know what I was going with that shit. Really, my energy was so low this night. But thank you guys for listening to me. Yeah, so our headliner for tonight, he has headlined all over the country, and he's here for your delight. Welcome, Sam.
Fucking hell, yes! Fucking hell, man! Yeah! Guys doing alright? You guys doing alright? Fucking hell, man! Dude, I'm glad I missed the memo to dress up business casual here. Got some snazzy looking people. Glad I showed up looking like a guy who's gonna take some kids to a fucking Jays game. That's pretty fucking nice, man. Yeah, right on. Fucking hell. Fucking Phoebe dressed up pretty nice though, yeah. The red dress, very beautiful, yeah, nice. Hey, yeah. I mean, I would crack. Or wait, what do you say? Wait, hold on, wait, what do you say? Wait, what do you say? Wait, is she looking? Oh, wait, no, fucking hell, man. No. Please? No, fuck. You guys a sexual crowd? You guys like a lot of sexual people, yeah? You guys look like a sexual crowd, I would say, yeah? I could tell just by walking in here how many of you guys had ankle socks on. I'll say, fucking hell, man. Fire up the jet to the private island, I guess. Hey, holy fuck, man. Sex, stuff like that. You guys do that? You like doing that? Yeah? It's not bad. Sex is kind of a weird thing, right? Makes you think a lot about, like, sexual kinks. Makes you think about where they come from. So I did some research. Turns out sexual kinks come from experiences that you've had as a child, which explains why I get bricked up walking by a splash pad. Wait, no, what do you say? Fucking hell. Hold on a second. Wait. No, but it's kind of weird, man, sexual kinks, because, like, there's been a lot of, like, references to, like, choking, spanking, all that kind of shit, right? Makes you wonder about where it comes from. It's weird, right? Women have to come to get choked out. They can be physically aggressive. Last girl I had sex with couldn't come unless I put her in a full Nelson. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's kind of weird, too, because I'm, like, talking to her, I'm talking her through it, right? And she's like, instead of wanting to be called, like, a whore or, like, a slut or something, she's like, could you just call me, like, brother? I'm like, what the fuck? But you can't kink shame. You cannot kink shame, right? So I'm like, all right, now I got to do this. So I'm getting into it, right? Kind of going back and forth here, doing my thing. I'm like, now I got to say it, right? So I'm like, all right, you like that, brother? Who's my little brother? Wait, what did he say? Wait, what did he say? Get him off the stage. This guy's perverted or something like that. Fucking hell, man. It's tough, man. I don't know. Sex is wild. You guys have a lot of sex? Anybody in here? Yeah? I feel like the only sex I've had is always, like, drunk sex. Like, when's the last time you guys had, like, sober sex? Exactly, right? Like, how weird is that? Because, like, drunk sex is passionate, right? You're, like, really getting into it, swapping all the fluids, But, like, sober sex is like, man, I can't wait to fuck you and, like, send out a resume after this is fucking really something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you supposed to do with that? Sober sex? Like, imagine actually, like, having to talk to them afterwards instead of just, like, going to bed, It's like, fuck. We actually have to, like, I didn't realize when we had sex we had to, like, get to know each other and stuff. This is kind of embarrassing now. Like, looking each other in the eye. Like, when you're drunk, that just goes hand in hand, It's like, oh, man, this is, like, a passionate, loving thing. When you're sober, you're like, wow, I can actually see, like, the color of your eyes and your pupils, and apparently you have a soul in there, too. That's fucking Jesus Christ. Luckily it's in there, right? Holy shit, man. I don't know. What else, man? You guys do a lot of drugs? Yeah? A lot of drugs? You guys smoke weed? You guys can still do that? Fucking hell, man. I can't even smoke. Like, I used to love smoke weed when I was a kid. It was amazing. It was a great time to just laugh and be like a total dumbass. Like, now I just smoke weed and I'm like, fucking, can anybody hear me breathing? Like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Because I like drugs that make you go outwards. Alcohol, a great one. Because I like getting drunk, and, like, when I get drunk now, it's like, you ever get to that perfect level of a buzz where you're like, man, I'm everything I've ever wanted to be right now. You know what I'm saying? You're, like, perfectly outgoing, like, social, talking to people, having a good time. It's amazing. You smoke weed, and I'm like, dude, are we even real right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you talk to somebody when you're stoned? You know, you just get like hungry, just want to eat. But you get drunk and you want to like, you know, beat the shit out of them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking wild, man. But I love drinking because I don't think drinking is a bad thing, inherently. Right? Drinking, not a bad thing. That's why I don't think cocaine is a bad thing either. Because it's an outward drug. Makes you go outwards, talk to people, socialize. Right? You know, when's the last time you seen somebody do cocaine and been like, you know what, yeah, I just don't really feel like talking right now. I'm just going to keep to myself, actually, you know? I'm going to keep my thoughts inwards a little bit. But anyways, my name is Tim Masco, man. You guys have a great fucking night, yeah? I don't think there's anybody else. Oh, shit, there is people up next.
Adrian? Is there Adrian next?
Oh, we got 7, we got 8. Give it up for Liam Powell, everybody. Coming to the stage, brother, yeah? Fucking hell, man.
I was wondering the other day, good set, buddy, thank you. I wasn't wondering that the other day. I was wondering the other day, do swinger couples eat off of each other's plates during dinner parties? I wouldn't let them. Like you can fuck my wife, Carl, but don't touch my calamari. I found out the other day that the main actor for Free Willy, the whale, died in captivity, which is kind of fucked up. It's kind of like the opposite of Paranormal Activity, where the true events were loosely based on the movie. Becoming gay from hemorrhoids is kind of like a chicken and the egg situation. Am I gay because I had the hemorrhoids, or do I have hemorrhoids because I'm gay? Either or. Shout out to Preparation H and Triple H. He's hot. I never wonder how somebody wipes until after I eat ass. Kind of like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. They didn't want until after he puts on the mask. I meant. The first comic mentioned ghosts in his set, and it kind of got me thinking. Do ghosts still hang out with you after you die? Or do they just leave you on red? The other day, it was fucking a while ago. Fuck off. Some dudes in France got arrested for stealing 12 tons of Kit Kat bars. I say we should give them a break. I can't remember my last joke. Fuck. Don't yell at me. How do you end cyber sex besides falling asleep? This isn't a joke I'm asking. I just feel like every guy knows the sound of cleaning cum off the keyboard. It's kind of like Morse code. Did it feel good for you? That was my last joke, I think. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Next we have Adrian.
I was like, is he gonna do the last name? No, that's fair. Yeah, my last name is actually Brouillard, which is French, and unfortunately I am too. You know, and I say that way only because being French tends to invite poor reviews, right? And that's fair. You know, like oui Parisienne, you can't be, you know, like a mostly hot, skinny people and have your largest contribution to the modern world be 3-foot-long, phallic-shaped carbohydrates. Still be a likable people. It's not fair. And I think that's why actually French. This is what happens when you do a set after 10. France is the first country to mandate that any unsold food through the grocery store or restaurant must be given to the poor. And really, that's like a paper thin marketing ploy, as far as I'm concerned, for their infliction of gluten on society. I'm pretty sure. But I am French Canadian. It's a little different. I have a theory that we're kind of like the Latinas of the Canadian world. Like we won't, yeah, right? We won't cut you, but we'll blow smoke in your face and pour maple syrup in your gas tank. We also get poor reviews, for having a bit of an attitude, but it's not our fault, okay? As we always seem to come back to. And it's not our fault because we were through hundreds of years of colonization, also not our fault. Obviously our fault. We were fortified to be able to live off of like -40 air and maple syrup, the same bottle, for months at a time, and still maintain a manatee-like layer of blubber on our body. So it's not our fault that we're cold, we're hungry. Why else would anybody be so ungodly irritated as to form something like the language police? No happy person would do that. I have been called a big lady, though. It's fair. I'm a big lady. And you know what, though? It just tends to invite, like that beta-ass energy up in my grill. And I'm just like, bro, like, it's not my fault I was dealt a better genetic hand than you. You didn't choose. I didn't choose. like, just have the Danny DeVito energy. He's given off that like cherub, that gem of a human, that kickstand vibe, Be him. You'll be a happy person. I will say I think we really need to start calling conspiracy theories historical hypotheses. Because we do be proven that right, and we need some level of scientific process. And I think that the first round picks should go to the stoners, because we're your like OG, informants, if you will. Your Christmas dinner nihilism special. And if you can't tell, I was raised pro-weed by my father. You know how I found out in my teens, but thinking back for sure, there were like a trickle of memories that came in, and I pieced together that he used to grow weed in the closet of my toy room. And it's whatever, man. Like, I don't care. It's funny. The weirdest thing, though, was it used to make my Barbie sticky. I'm not entirely sure why, but I do think it's better than having a cocaine dad. Because then he would have just stolen my Polly Pockets, both to sell and keep a stash in. Be nicknaming that shit like Polly D Pocket. All right, that's for all our Jersey Shore fans out there. And you know what? Coincidentally, I think that's all I wanted to share with you this evening, so thank you so much. And oh, yes, we have one more lovely, talented comic joining us, George.
I'm reading the Bible again because it's sunny and I believe there's a God again. So I'm reading it because I grew up Catholic, so I never read it. But I'm reading the Bible again. Like, I read it before last year and I made up some jokes, but I'm reading it again now. And a lot of it to me sounds like Jesus was making up this shit on the fly. Like, Sir Messiah, you know how they used to speak Arabs in the year 0. They spoke with a British accent. That's according to every adaptation of the life of Jesus Christ. They spoke British, so they come, Saya. There are thousands upon thousands of people who have gathered to see you. What should we feed them? And God, or Jesus, by his street name, it was like a fucking magician. Get me 2 fish and 3 loaves of bread. And what, motherfucker? What are you doing with this? And then he performs a magic trick, and like. It's in abundance and everybody gets fed. And everybody's looking at him. It's like, wow, like, how did you do that? You go, tell your friends. Like, he's really fucking annoying, you know? Like, just go tell your friends. Like, this guy never sat down and wrote his own book, you know? Like, if you look at Muslims, for example, Muhammad sat in a cave somewhere and in Arabia, you know, and he got the Quran, you know, and he wrote it down. Well, he didn't. Somebody wrote it for him. But, you know, like, there was a collaborative effort. Jesus was just looking at his disciple, go, write this shit down. Like, it's important. I think somebody in 2,000 years is going to want to read this and guess what we've been doing. I grew up Catholic because I grew up in a school run by nuns. If you don't know what's that short for, it's short for trauma. But the way they raised us, you know, because you're at school for like 16 hours a day, you know, because that's when the priests end their shifts and they need access at night. I know, fuck you, I've been through it. I can make that joke again, I don't care. So they're raised and they're telling us, like, if you fuck up, you're gonna get beat up. Which makes me think, do you think they read the Bible and misunderstood the story? Like when Jesus was getting beat up, he goes, more please. Please more. Like they think they fucking enjoyed it. So that's my upbringing. It's Catholic. But, you know, a lot of the times I read the Bible, like Jesus doesn't fucking make sense at certain points. Because you would ask him a direct question that just requires a yes or no. Right? Just a yes or no. And he goes on a fucking tangent just not to say no. You know, like one guy comes to him, again, British. Sire, sir, I am a wealthy man. Would I enter heaven? And Jesus looked at him, you know, and was like, it is easier for a camel to enter through the eye of a needle than for you to enter heaven. And I'm like, motherfucker, just say no. Like, you can't just drag it out like, look, it's wisdomous. Like, I'm giving you wisdom right now as I'm answering you. Which makes me think, do you think Jesus was cool? Like, in his daily life, do you think he said the N-word? Or whatever word was at the time, like my Messiah. You know, whatever the word was. Because he is technically Arab, where I come from. You know, but then you realize like why we don't think of him as an Arab, you know, brown-looking short guy, short king. Why we don't think of him like that? Because in the U.S., when they made the adaptation of his life, you know, Mel Gibson, you know, famously, awesome guy. Yeah, they painted him as this guy who speaks English, who has blue eyes. Do you know how deep your family has to fuck around in the Middle East for you to come out diluted into that fucking color? None. So to me, again, the Jesus story, fuck all, I'm Arab, I don't look like Jesus, nobody's making a movie about me, and I fucking heal kids. I know that sounded weirder than it should, but again, fuck you, I was brought up by Catholic priests, so they never touched me, it's just all the kneeling down kind of to suck the dick. I don't know what am I saying. You know what? None of this was planned. I just wanted to try this. Thank you, guys.
You guys, thank you so much for such a wonderful night, and thank you so much for sticking around. Like I said, I had a cash prize for the best sets of the night in my very fancy lady bag here. So I have 3 cash prizes, obviously. I guess, I don't know, runners up. Everyone, give yourselves a round of applause because it's like, I really appreciate everybody sticking around. I know it's a long night, and also like your theater, I appreciate your theater kid energy, you know? Obviously I did musical theater in high school, you guys. In no particular order, other than that, like the cash amounts do denominate a particular order. Anyway, one of my favorite acts of the night, please welcome to the stage, Cody. Cody, I don't know your last name. That is it's a whole 25 cents, but Cody, I want you to know, those are like collector edition quarters that my grandmother saves for me, so yeah. I don't know what you get. Oh, Remembrance Day, it's so good. All right, I got 2 more. Please welcome to the stage Diana Barbosa. right, now grand prize winner, a winner of a non-collector's edition toonie. My beautiful friend You guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you to Jake. Thank you to George. Round of applause for all of yourselves.